Hello everyone, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Keisha and today I'm going to be doing a fall book haul. So it's been a little bit since I've done a book haul, so I decided that I would go ahead and do one now. I have accumulated a few books over the fall season so far, and a good number of these are also presents that I got for my birthday. So if any of you sent me anything for my birthday, I just wanted to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Your gifts mean so much to me, but your friendship means even more. So thank you for thinking of me during this time of year. Also during my 30th birthday, which is a huge milestone. So I'm very thankful to be entering into a new decade of life. I'm going to quickly go through this haul. This is not all of the things that I got for my birthday. These are just the books, but I did want to mention, since I'm wearing this, that my sweet husband got me this sweatshirt for my birthday, and it is from Bell_Embroidery over on Instagram. I absolutely love her stuff. This is so cute. It's got a little book that opens up and it has flowers coming out. And then on the sleeve, it says "Falling for Fiction." I'm trying to get it where it's like straight on here, but it's kind of difficult. And now I live like right down the street from a fire department, so like that happens all the time. But it says "Falling for Fiction" on the sleeve. I don't know if it's gonna focus for you guys to see that, but it's all embroidered, very, very cute, and I love it so much. It's so cozy, and I'm so thankful to have this fall. So these books are in no particular order. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the one on top and start there. So the first book that I'm hauling is Steeped in Suspicion by Erin Scott. This is a Pebble Cove Tea House mystery. So it is a cozy, and this is from Angel. So Angel, thank you so much for sending me this for my birthday. I'm very, very excited for this one. Just in case y'all haven't seen this around, I'm gonna read the back because it sounds amazing. Pebble Cove is not the sleepy coastal town Rosemary remembers from her childhood. Ghosts are everywhere, and only she can see them. When Rosemary Woodmere inherits her estranged grandmother's Victorian tea house, she doesn't expect to also inherit a ghost named Asher from the 1920s. Things get weirder for Rosemary. Her grandma was supposedly murdered, a body washes up on the beach, and the police suspect her in the man's murder. She's trying to navigate her newfound ability to talk to ghosts, and she doesn't even know the first thing about tea. Rosemary's experience as a librarian hasn't prepared her to solve a murder, but everyone around her is steeped in suspicion, and she has to find the truth before someone else ends up dead. That sounds so amazing. I cannot wait to get to this one. I would love to get to it this fall, but it's just going to depend on how quick I can read all of these cozy fall books. Next up from Summer, I have Very Sincerely Yours by Carrie Winfrey. Summer, thank you so much for sending me this. I absolutely loved Just Another Love Song by this author, so I knew I had to try something else by her. This one I don't know a super ton about, and I kind of want to go in blind like I did before, so the only thing I'm going to say about this one is Very Sincerely Yours is a special, unique love story that made me laugh and warm my heart. This is a blurb. It says, Carrie Winfrey creates the best cast of family and friends in her books, and the hero of this one, Everett St. James, is truly one of a kind. I've never seen anyone like him in romance, and the emails, so romantic. A delightful You've Got Mail-esque touch. So I actually need to watch You've Got Mail probably before I read this one too, because I still haven't seen that movie. But yeah, that was a blurb by Sarah Hogle, which is the author of Twice Shy. I just didn't want to read the full synopsis, but I wanted just to get a taste of what somebody thought about this book. Some other author said this is their favorite rom-com, and it's cozy, whimsical, and joyful. So very excited for this one whenever I get around to it. Then my friend Gwen got me Extra Normal by Kate Alice Marshall. I absolutely am so pumped for this one. I love the color scheme. It's very Scooby-Doo-esque, and Gwen actually sent me a Scooby-Doo themed like birthday box, and there was like a new Scooby-Doo shirt and a little mug, and it was just so cute. So I'm very excited for all of those things, but this is the book that she got me. Don't know a lot about this one. I just think all of these kids are like different, what would you call them? They're extra normal, or extraordinary children. They're each different. I think the little boy is a werewolf. Obviously we have a ghost. We have different characters, and they are just trying to survive in this world. I'm really pumped to get to this one. It is a spooky middle grade, so you guys already know I love that genre, so I'm sure this is going to be a good one as well. Next, my friend Jordan got me Hind's Feet on High Places by Hannah Hernard. This is a classic that has been turned into an engaging visual journey. So it is illustrated, and it's kind of like an allegory. I'm not quite sure the full take on it, but I do want to read like the first little bit of the book, just because, or not the first little bit of the book, but the first like couple sentences of the first page to give you guys a taste of what this is going to be like. So let's see. Okay, so this is the first couple sentences of chapter 1. This is the story of how Much Afraid escaped from her fearing relatives and went with the shepherd to the high places where perfect love casteth out fear. For several years, Much Afraid had been in the service of the chief shepherd, whose great flocks were pastured down in the valley of humiliation. She lived with her friends and fellow workers, Mercy and Peace, in a tranquil little white cottage in the village of Much Trembling. She loved her work and desired intensely to please the chief shepherd, but happy as she was in most ways, she was conscious of several things which hindered her in her work and caused her much secret distress and shame. So this is a Christian allegory. It says it's a story of endurance, persistence, and reliance on God. I'm so excited to read this one. I really want to get to it soon because I have heard nothing but great things. Next, my friend Melissa sent me the Secret Garden devotional. This is a chapter by chapter companion to the classic. This is by Rachel Dodge, and I have been really wanting to go through this for a couple of years now. It's been on my wish list for quite some time. I'm probably going to go through it this spring and maybe do a reread of the Secret Garden, but it is absolutely beautiful. It does also come with a ribbon bookmark, and inside you have where it starts. Let's see if I can get there. It starts with day 1, and then you read, I think it's like the chapter, that's the welcome. That's not day 1. But it starts with day 1, and then it goes to chapter 1, so you can read that, and then it gives you a little devotional that goes along with chapter 1. It gives you a personal application, a scripture, as well as a prayer for the day. So I am really looking forward to going through this, and The Secret Garden is a story I really love anyways, because it really has like a personal touch with me because of the anxiety rep and the grief and all that stuff. So I love that this is going to tie in scripture and just like more faith stuff. So really excited to get to this in the spring. Then my friend Zoe really like honestly outdid herself here. But she sent me 3 books. The first one is Star Nights by Kay DeVault. This is the author of another favorite book, and I'll actually go ahead and haul that here too. So I picked up Misfit Mansion, and this is like one of my new favorite graphic novels of all time. It's like really up there with Cece's Journal for me. So this was amazing, and the author also wrote Star Nights. So I'm really excited to get to this one. It looks like it's going to be a cute, fantastical little journey. There's a little frog named Tad in it, and it looks so cute. I'm just so excited to read it. I feel like it's going to be a really cute story. And again, I really love the author from this other book, so hopefully I will love that one as well. And then she also got me Els, which is volume 2 of this graphic novel series. It's very like Pixar-esque in art style, and it is a young adult. And this follows Elle, and she has multiple personalities. And I really like that that is represented, especially like in a younger, like maybe not younger children's book, it is YA, but I'm really excited about reading this. I just love when psychological issues are talked about in books like this. So definitely really excited to continue on in this series. I can't really tell you about the second one. You'll just have to read the first one and then decide if you want to continue on. But the first one was really good. These are really short and really easy to get through. And then the third book that Zoe got me was Beholding and Becoming: The Art of Everyday Worship by Ruth Chou Simons. This is gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. I saw somebody post about this on Instagram, and I knew that I wanted to own it. I really don't know the depth of like what all of this is, but it's very highly illustrated. It says, so like chapter 1, it says Beholding God's Greatness in Creation. And then you have a Becoming section. It says it's okay to be small. So let's see, it starts with a glossary, the art of everyday worship. And this is the first Beholding section. And then, oh gosh, I cannot with this artwork. It is absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love it. Look at that full page spread. So I feel like this is just going to be beautiful in more ways than one. Then you have the Becoming section. So it says, we become what we behold, which has been a theme in my life lately, and I love that. So this is very fitting. Zoe, thank you so much. You did not have to send me 3 books, but I'm not complaining because I'm very excited about all of them. I misplaced the note in this book, and I'm pretty sure I know who it's from, but just in case, I'm gonna like make sure before I say, and so I'm just gonna pop the name up on the screen. But thank you so much for sending me this. This is The Secret Book and Scone Society by Ellery Adams. Another cozy mystery that I'm really excited about. I think someone said that this one is like kind of similar to another one that I read. I don't know if it's crime and poetry. It may be crime and poetry. I can't remember, but it's very similar to another one. I'm really excited to read it. We love a good cozy mystery over here. Next up, Bethany sent me Juniper Bean Resorts to Murder by Gracie Ruth Mitchell. I'm also really excited to read this one. This is kind of like a cozy mystery meets a romance, and it's a clean romance, which means the world to me. I am not a huge smut reader, so I'm really excited to read this one. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I think there's even a second one coming out. It says, Juniper Bean has big plans for her writing career. Swoony kisses, sigh-inducing happily ever afters. She's going to write them all. There's just one problem. She can't seem to stop killing off her main characters. After accepting that a genre change is in order, Juniper sets out to do some research. What's the best way to carry a dead body? How exactly does one pick a lock? Juniper is going to find out with the unwilling help of her new roommate, Aiden. But Juniper's plans go haywire when she stumbles across an actual real-life dead body. And before she knows it, she and Aiden are thrust into the middle of a murder mystery that seems suspiciously tied to Juniper's past. Who killed the girl in the woods? Can Juniper ever get the hang of mystery writing? And perhaps the biggest question of all, why the heck does Aiden look so good in a tweed jacket? Then Jessie got me Just Don't Fall by Emma St. Clair. This is the first book in the Sweater Weather series that these clean romance authors wrote. I do want to own them all. I do want to read them all. But I don't know if I'm going to get to this one this year. I'm trying so hard to get to it in October, but I don't know if I'll get to it or not. But I know I'm going to love this one when I do get to it. It is a clean romance, which again, I appreciate so much. It is a hockey romance, and I think it might be like Grumpy Sunshine or something. It says, before Logan Barnes was hockey's hottest bad boy, he was my brother's best friend and my first crush. So a little bit of maybe a second chance romance too. Sounds really cute. I've heard nothing but good things. So obviously another one I'm really excited for. And to go along with the earlier theme of The Secret Garden, which I love, I'm collecting different editions of The Secret Garden. Not all of them, but just ones that I find particularly beautiful. And I had not had this one on my radar, but my friend Elizabeth found this beautiful slipcase cover. And look at this. I think this is a Luma crate or Litjoy crate or something edition. I can't remember if it says anywhere on here what edition it was, but this is absolutely stunning. I love the watercolor artwork. It also, look at the sprayed edges. It literally has purple sprayed edges. I cannot. Yeah, okay, it's from Litjoy. So I'm really excited to have this. It does have some illustrated parts inside throughout it as well. So I definitely want to reread The Secret Garden like in this version too, but I have so many now, like, well, not so many. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 maybe, but I just love the story. So Elizabeth, thank you so much for sending me this. I am obsessed with it. My friend Elise actually got me one of my favorite books that I've read like in a little bit, and that is Social Sanity in an Insta World. This is by Sarah Ekoff Zylstra, and this is like basically a Christian nonfiction about social media. And I read this and got this over my social media break last month, and it was so needed, so amazing. I highlighted so much in this book, like you can tell here. I highlighted so much in this book. There are little things at the end of each chapter that give you questions for reflection and discussion. So it kind of gives you reflection questions, but it also talks about scripture where you can break down a scripture that kind of like relates with what's been talked about. So I loved having this Christian viewpoint on social media and hearing from different authors and what their thoughts were. I felt like this was very beneficial in my life. So I highly recommend this if you haven't checked it out. And then the last book that I got myself. And it's Foxglove by Adeline Grace, which is such a stunning book. If you guys remember, I read Belladonna at the end of last year, and I gave it 4 stars, but I have not stopped thinking about that book. And this is the sequel. It's Foxglove, which both of these books, Belladonna and Foxglove, are some of the most beautiful books that I have ever owned. I love that they have like the naked hardcover that's illustrated, but then they also have the end pages, and honestly, again, just some of the most beautiful books that I own. Foxglove was even better than Belladonna, if you can believe it. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna wait until next fall before Wisteria comes out. I don't know how many books are gonna be in the series, but I will keep reading as long as she writes them. So I can't tell you what Foxglove is about necessarily, but Belladonna is essentially this gothic romantasy type story where this girl named Signa Farrow, she's kind of cursed. It seems like everybody around her keeps dying and she keeps being handed off to different relatives who honestly are more interested in her wealth than her well-being. So her aunt passes and she gets passed off to her uncle that lives at this manor. It's kind of like a Secret Garden retelling in some parts of the story, but it also has kind of vibes of like a darker Bridgerton, or also kind of like the place where she's at. I envision it like the atmosphere of Crimson Peak, but not the story of Crimson Peak. And Addie LaRue, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I didn't like that book, but this did what that book didn't for me. There is a character of death personified in here, which I absolutely loved. So there's so many good things. There's a murder mystery. If you love any of those things, I think you should pick up the series. I don't love fantasy, but I love this series. So maybe I will be a fantasy girly after all. It'll just be a little bit more of a niche fantasy that I like. I just remembered I had like moved some books around because I did a spooky middle grade little reel the other day, and so I forgot about 2 books I need to haul, but I don't remember if I hauled Field of Screams by Wendy Paris, but this is a spooky middle grade that was absolutely amazing. I gave it 4 stars. It's really good if you like a little bit paranormal of stories, a little bit of heartwarming horror. This is a great one. And then my friend Ashley sent me The Nightmare House by Sarah Allen, which is like my favorite spooky middle grade of all time now. I don't want to say too much about this one because I am going to wrap it up soon in another video and talk about it a little bit more. But you guys, like literally, it's so good. It has so much like Christian metaphor in it and faith tie-ins. It was so good. So definitely check this one out if you like spooky middle grade. And if you don't mind like a little bit more of lyrical prose or poetry, because that is incorporated as well. And you guys, I think that is going to be all of the books that I'm going to haul for this video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing all of the books that I've gotten recently, and maybe you found some new ones that you can add to your TBR. If you made it this far in the video, leave a sunflower emoji down below because I'm literally looking at sunflowers across the room and I love sunflowers. So those are always a great emoji to leave. I hope that you find lots of joy in your day today. I hope that you feel the presence of God around you and that you just feel immense peace and comfort. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, friends.